Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to another stream here on the Aviator 268 channel. We are live with the newest addition to the hangar, which is the A350. Coming to you live here in Atlanta. I really want to go on the outside, however, it's going to be pretty noisy out there with these AI traffic. You have several A350s all around. One exiting there. And there's one that's just there on the ramp. Yeah, it's pretty loud outside. So we'll stay on the inside here where we can hear ourselves a bit better. So welcome. This is going to be an interesting flight because we are now trying to get the aircraft well set up. I'm having a slight challenge where I can't get my terminal charts to show. The en route chart is fine. At least I think it is. Yeah, so the en route chart I have is okay, but for some reason I can't get my terminal charts to get set up. Let's see if that changes once we put the information into the multifunctional display, the KCCU. So let's go ahead and get the flight plan set up. So we go to active init, and let's do a company flight plan request since we've already inputted here in the OIS. So we already have flight 651 from Atlanta to Detroit, and we already pressed the sim brief import, and so the load sheet is already here. And once we begin boarding, we have everything set to 0 right now, but once we begin boarding via GSX, we will be fine where that is concerned. At least we should be. We already have our fuel on board, so we can go upstairs in the overhead and turn on the fuel. So far the performance is not sure. It's probably because I am doing quite a bit with the system as well, but we'll see what happens once we get everything ready and we push off the gate. So company receive, and so let's insert. So we have Atlanta to Detroit, alternate is Chicago, flight number 350, econ, cost index is 94, trip wind is heading of 66. Let's do the company wind request. We should probably wait for the wind request to come back. The IRS already in the next thing we do is the departure. Then we check out the fuel load and so on. I'm just waiting to see what the wind request will come back and say. I'll wait for that. All right, let's go to our departure, and we're departing off of runway 26 left via the Paget. Okay. So how do you scroll on this? What's going on with the scroll feature on this? ILS26 left. Okay, project 2. Transition will be, let's see what the transition is. Our transition is via Smith. And we'll input temporary flight plan. I will insert, and let's check that via the all right, cool so far. And then we'll do the arrival. And we should be arriving with runway 21 left. Let's double check the 21 left is our arrival. And we're using the ILS runway 21 left via the star is Hot Rod 2, and we will transition via subway. Like I said, I'm having an issue with, let me see, I'm gonna have to check LS22 subway. And let's do it via Cobble. So we're stepping through the flight plan just to make sure that there are no discontinuities, and we're looking to make sure that we have everything set, and that's looking pretty good. All right, great. So we're going to go ahead and ask GSX to load the airplane, and we request boarding. We should start seeing these change. Let's see what happens where that is concerned. And while we do that, we'll continue. So we've done the departure, we've done the navigate check, and we have the fuel and load. As per our our zero fuel weight is 369. I'm not even sure how to make this larger. That's crazy.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
So 0 fit is 369.1. Can you give me a free Minecraft boy? If you didn't know, unfortunately I can't do that. 369.3. Unfortunately, I'm not authorized to do that. .6. .7, and our block fuel is okay, 69. Block fuel today is, I appreciate the sub and the like, Minecraft boy for Aviator. Appreciate you, brother. 37. I'm trying to understand why it keeps saying this, why it keeps doing that. .369. Okay, this is crazy. These are supposed to 26. When I click enter, I'm supposed to get this thing sorted out. Why is it not doing it? There's 6%. Press enter. All right, so the aircraft is updating as we speak, so that's good. So guys, we're here trying to get this aircraft off the ground today, and we're doing our best to go through the procedures with it. So our passenger number today is supposed to be 263, and I'm trying to understand why when I press the enter button that it's not out of range. That's interesting. It's actively loading. All right, we'll see. We shall see. So the pass should be 324, so I'm not sure why it's showing out of range. Nevertheless, we have an hour and 26 in terms of the flight time, which is close enough to what is there. Cost index is 94, so this is where it should be, so that's fine. We have air traffic control online today, so the departure ATIS is the information popper, and that was registered at time 1952. Current winds 290 at 10, gusting to 20. The visibility is 10 satellite miles, fuel clouds at 200, fuel clouds at to 5,000. And the temperature is 22. It's pretty warm in pretty nice in Atlanta today. Altimeter 29905. Let's look at the takeoff performance. Let's do it via the sync descent brief. Let's see. Let's compute. So off of runway 26 left, we are doing flex 67. So V1 is 138, VR 141, and V2 is 146. And we will send to the FMS and confirm the speeds. Company takeoff request. Let's see what that says. Huh. Two, six. There we go. I wonder if I need to do this. Probably not, since we already have this in here. All right, cool. So from that, let's look at the checklist. I am confused. Why can't I get... Okay, something isn't right, guys. Something is not right. Airport nav not available. Navigraph. That's weird because I do have Navigraph. Ah, okay. This is very interesting. Stop my 1 second, because I'm trying to fix the Navigraph issue, because I'm not sure why I don't have Navigraph and it's already set with the Navigraph. So we gotta re-input all of this now because we just did a reload. I'm trying to figure out also why I have to use the buttons down here when I have a scroll wheel. All right, we live, we learn. LS21, LS21, the cable, and we're using the hot rod 2 transition via sub. Input that, and that should be fine. Going through. We leave this discontinuity in here until we get closer to the runway, so we're fine. I'm really not sure why that is the case. Nevertheless, we press on. So we'll start the APU. Get seatbelt signs to on. Code is three 362. Zero fuel weight, 369.2, 26.7, and our belt fluid is 37.0. Master number is 263. Cool. So that is set. None of these are working, not sure why. En route chart work. All right, let's do our Complete request. Confirm our speeds, and that should be good. I am trying to now do our checklist, which it should be this button here. This is interesting. This menu. Gear pins and pins remove fuel quantity is 37,000 pounds. Takeoff data is set. Our reference set both 32998. And we still have a door open because we're still boarding. Trying to figure out why is it not weird. Alright, I'm gonna have to do some more reading up on this, guys, to figure out why is it that it's showing us that way. But we will continue to press on to try and get off of the ground. So I can't do the briefing that I normally would because I don't have any terminal charts. So that isn't good. We do see that the passengers are boarding here, so that's fine. We also had the baggage already sorted out, so that's good. So we have our clearance already. We're cleared to Detroit via the Paget to Smith Q63 upwards to Hot Rod to Detroit. However, 350 squawk is 2362, and based on the top altitude out of Atlanta is 10,000 feet. Of course, we will check what we should get for our taxi. More than likely, once we push off the gate, we'll taxi via Delta Echo over to runway 26, then make our departure. Just so we have something to check out, I will go over to the sim brief on the other screen. So for departure, we will take off and after MPass, then to Zealand, then Zealand up to Paget, then Paget over to Smith, then flight plan route. Like I shared earlier, for our push, we'll push onto the ramp here, then we'll taxi via Delta, right on Foxtrot to join Echo, then Echo to runway 26 left for departure. Based on what's happening now, we will contact the controller on 119.1, so we can put that in the (191), and we can swap that out. it is now active. Atlanta Tower radio check.
5 by 5.
Thank you so much. So we got our tower on the radio check, so that's good. And ground is now online, so let's get 121.9 also active.
Got.
So once we get up, we will contact ground on 121.9. All right, 253 of 263, so we are almost ready to go. APU is coming on, and we're going to get rid of the external power.
Background, hello, Delta 472, 6 North, ready to protect the 2611 Papa.
472, Atlantic ground, from
2611 Golf Echo, Delta.
The seatbelt signs are on. ADRs now. Doors not closed as yet. And the parking brake is on. And so we'll get the beacon on just now and begin the push. Boarding is complete. Let's see if we turn on the beacon, if everything disconnects like it should. I guess not. So let's do prepare for push. All right, there we go. So the door is in transition and it's closed. So doors closed and parking brake is set. So that checklist is complete. I figured it should be up here. I'm not sure why or what's going on with that. Because once we click on the checklist, let's see, facing south. Yes, facing south.
Release parking brakes.
So let's go back again and check the checklist. And we'll do the so the before start checklist is complete. Then we do the after start after we push. All right, so we push and start now. Parking brakes will be released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
I did not even check. Wow. Everybody's pushing at the same time. All right, so we're going off, guys. First push of the A350.
Delta 1386 Heavy, monitor tower, 191.1.
It shouldn't be a problem with him, so to speak. Shouldn't. But we shall see. This is gonna be funny. Really, really funny. Okay, so he stopped. And I clipped his wing. All right, so start engine number 1, then 2.
Land to ground, Delta 177 Heavy, requesting taxi to the north ramp area.
Delta 177 Heavy, Atlantic ground. Where are you at on the field?
Switch back from Gate Echo 18 and we're requesting taxi to the north ramp area.
Parking brake is set.
Unlocking gear.
The 177 Heaven, Roger, squawk 4731.
Okay, 4731, standby, Delta 401.
And we need to. Yo, what's going on, Brandon? Welcome, brother.
Delta 177 Heavy.
Big airplane. Trying to get something started here.
Flat the ground, Southwest 549er, set Charlie 13 with Eric, Rediscopia, for clearance to Orlando.
That's 549 Atlantic ground. Good afternoon. No flight plan on file.
And let's go engine number 2.
Ride is
Oh,
clear.
okay, I'm checking that. Thank you.
Cabin is
And Delta
ready.
177, I see you now. You just want to go to the north side, north cargo? Is that where you're trying to go? You're trying to cross both these runways here?
Yeah, we want to go to the cargo ramp. We are finished our flying Delta 177 Heavy.
Oh, roger that. You're just trying to taxi over to the overnight? All right. You're cleared to North Cargo ramp taxi.
And you saw the
Delta,
engine wobble a while ago?
runway 261.
So engine startup, engine is wobbling just to
Thank you.
To illustrate that
Delta 177 Heavy.
how dynamic the aircraft is. So that's cool that we were able to see that too. Engine 2 is started. Pins away, and we see these guys walking away ever so gingerly. Engine 2 is available, so we can switch to off, and we will do flaps. Pretty loud. All right, so we do the after. Do the after start checklist in a minute. Let's just run the flows. Rudder left, rudder right, neutral, stick left, stick right, fully back, fully forward, and neutral. And we have 29.9 set and check. Give you an outside view of the check.
199.1 Delta 177 Heavy.
Cool, so the after start checklist. Anti-ice not required, ECAB is normal, pitch trim normal, rudder and trim is neutral. So that is checked. And I probably may have to do a reset of this system. This is probably why, so we just have to check it out. Config test, weather comes on. Takeoff test isn't working in my Aviation Geek 268, welcome brother, what's going on? Takeoff config now is normal. Cool. All right, so we're gonna taxi out here and then call for our push. AP can come off. Let's get our nose lights on. And let's release the parking brake. So disconnect, so I could, if I needed to do.
American 1245, let's go back for 1 stop for taxi.
1245, Atlanta ground, runway 27 right via Lima Juliet Mike, Lima Charlie.
Lima Juliet Mike, Lima Charlie, runway 27 right, taxi 1245.
Atlanta ground, good evening, Delta 651 heavy at 6 northwest taxi.
651 heavy, Atlanta ground, good afternoon, runway 26 left via Golf Echo.
26 left via Golf Echo 651. Alright, so cleared right, cleared left. So via Golf and Echo. So we'll take this taxiway down here. Like I said, I'll probably have to do a reinstall of the airplane just to try and see if for sure that there's an issue with that. So we will see what happens. Oh, he landed earlier today, that A350, but he's heading over to the overnight. So he's probably going over to the area over here where they normally hold the aircraft. That's cool. Brake check, and we can see the brakes indicator right here. Nice, nice. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my. Do you have an issue with your terminal charts? Because I can't do anything. It's saying that I've already installed or checked the Navigraph. I have the Navigraph data information and so on. It's an ultimate. I have the Navigraph ultimate. So I'm trying to figure out why it is that I can't get
Monitor tower 119.1.
over the tower 651. Thanks for the TC. See it. All right. So monitor tower 19.1. Did you have an issue with that, Kembe?
Frontier flight 440, 4435, speed your discretion.
Speed of discretion, 435.
So what I was saying is that I'm not able to see my terminal chart. So I have to switch to the external Navigraph to get that. But I can see my en route chart here. So I'm trying to figure out what is causing that and why. Oh, they don't work on 2020. Ah, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Is it just the Lido charts that come up there? That's crazy. So the aircraft is pretty much taxiing on its own 15 knots because it's pretty light. So that is expected. The before takeoff checklist. Flight controls have been checked, flight elements checked, briefing confirmed, flap setting is 1+F, V1 is 138, V2 VR141, and V2 is 146, squawk is set, and takeoff runway is runway 26 left, that is confirmed. Cabin crew has advised, PAX is on. We're doing a PAX on departure, so I'm not sure. Did I set that in the takeoff stuff? It should have been PAX on, so I'm not sure. Yeah, it's on, so why am I getting that?
Delta 2778, welcome to Atlanta, cross runway 26 left at Bravo 6, join Echo to parking, monitor ground 121.9 organized.
26 left at Bravo 6.
Only the charge shows there, so that's really sad. But we'll see what's going on. Here we are, guys, heading down to the runway for the very first takeoff in the A350. Seemingly have one landing right now.
Frontier Flight 4435, cautionary terms from a heavy A350 departing the parallel.
Roger, 435.
Setup 651, heavy Atlanta Tower, RNAV to MPAS, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
RNAV MPAS 26 left to clear takeoff, 651 heavy. And there's another one landing. Yo, A350 is out the wazoo, man. Why we're stopped. Packs. So packs off.
At 85 heavy, welcome to Atlanta, do you have a gate?
Is this complete?
for request, gate Echo 900, that's 65.
At 85 heavy, roger, hold short 26 left at Bravo 6, traffic depart.
Clear right.
Hold short 26 left, that's 85.
And let's get the landing lights on.
Mike 1245, Atlanta Tower, RNAV to SWAL, runway 27 right, clear for takeoff.
Yeah, boy. Alright, so we disconnect the pedal disconnect. And we have pressure on the stick. %. Manflex SRS runway auto thrust is blue. First takeoff, guys. The first takeoff is happening right now. 80 knots. Check. Release the pressure. And we're rolling. Here we go. V1. Rotate. Positive rate of climb. Gear up.
Frontier Flight 4435, welcome to Atlanta, hold short of runway 26 left at Charlie.
Short 26 left at Charlie, 435.
Climb. Thrust climb. And we are gonna hand fly this airplane just a little bit more. Ooh.
Setup 651, heavy Atlanta Center's closed, frequency change approved.
Thanks for ATC. Have a good night. See you.
Later.
Let's watch them wings bounce. Woo-wee. First departure complete. Speed check, flaps up.
Sub 85 heavy,
Let's
cross
go autopilot 1.
Next joint Echo parking, have a great night.
And packs back on. And it is 22.8. So the other thing I was saying, Kembe, is that I'm having an issue where I can't scroll on this. So I don't know if it's because of what I have set, but it's not allowing me to scroll like what they were saying. Oh, there's a scroll. All right, so I had to be on this. All right, cool. So we're going direct Zealand now, and we can do from present position direct to Zealand and insert. Yeah, the scroll wheel is at the bottom. So you have to be over this, and then you can scroll back and forth. All right, we're climbing up now to flight level 350. Pretty quiet back here. I can't recall if when I was on the A350, if it was and I was at the back. So I remember when we were taking off, we heard the engines roaring, yes, but I can't remember if it was that quiet. Then again, I was just trying to get home, so it didn't really matter to me. Oh my goodness. It wasn't at a window though. Coming to 10,000, landing lights come off. And so do the wing lights. Oh yeah, those are off. The A350, guys. And that's the Atlanta area down there. I'm noticing a bit of a stutter, but like I said, I'm gonna probably have to do a reinstall of the airplane just to ensure that everything was installed correctly. But then again, what Kembe said is that it doesn't work, that this particular thing in the OIS does not work. The terminal shots doesn't work unless it's Lido. I think that's kind of unfair to us, man. We should be able to get these, or Navigraph may need to look into allowing us to have Lido charts in the 2020 sim, have that option. Otherwise, it's kind of pointless. And so I don't even have my, what do you call it? I don't have the flight route on this at all. I think that's a bit unfair to the 2020 guys. Nevertheless, we are airborne. I'm wondering if my seating was a little bit too high, because this was the original seating with the 350. So I may have to bring that down just a bit. But that was interesting. It's almost like, do you guys think that it takes off similar to the 787? Albeit that the aircraft is light, but let's see, checklist menu, go back to the checklist. I have to take out checklist. I have to take access to the line is complete. Just have to wait passing 18,000 feet and then we will go standard set. No, you don't think it takes off like the 787? I think really yeah, the weight does make a difference. It's a pretty light airplane. We're well below our max takeoff. Our load is 369. So we're well below max. Disarm. Kembe, does this checklist, this check work for you? Because I don't understand why I can't bring it up. These are supposed to be the electronic checklist. I just don't understand why it doesn't come up. Okay, so it's not just me. All right. 18 standard set, so we pull down or push up for the standard, and so we can now say both are set and checklist is complete. A350 from iniBuilds. It's not a bad looking airplane, so to be quite fair, it's not necessarily a bad looking airplane. It is more optimized than the A300, I can tell you that, because even in Atlanta I would have had major stutters. So I'm not too put off by it, but they made a claim saying that it was better than Phoenix in terms of performance. I respectfully disagree. The aircraft is still it's much heavier than Phoenix. The Phoenix I can fly with no issues. So the handling for right now, I'd have to probably do a longer flight to see in terms of how it handles. I do like how the wing flex is though. So for example, we're looking at the wing flex right now, and it whatever physics that they're using or whatever code they're using, it really does have that organic, for lack of a better term, with the wing flex. So I'm hoping that all developers eventually can get it to that way where it looks natural. So look at that wing flex, the natural wing flex that's going through. So we have clear air turbulence and it's just moving, you know? So that's something that we're hoping that we could see in El Futuro. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see if we can. Atlanta Center is now online, 132.97. 3297, and we switch. What do you mean? Oh, it's 975. The 32. Let's clear that. 75. Atlanta Center, pleasant good evening. Delta 20, correction, Delta 651, heavy, 6 miles south of Colvin, climbing through 240 for 350.
Delta 651 Heavy Atlanta Center, come and maintain flight level 340 or 360, the choice is yours.
We can take 340, 24, 651.
Delta 651, come and maintain flight level 340 and your radar contact position as reported.
Good evening, Lufthansa
Yeah, so
Cargo
flight level 340 is going to be our final for...
33 Sierra.
Lufthansa Cargo 8220 Atlanta Center, radar contact position as reported.
The difference with this aircraft now is that we have to get really now accustomed to all these pages being active in the A380. All of these windows are not active. They don't show information like we would like them to. So I guess over time that will happen. But it's going to be something that we get used to, and then you're going to be like, oh, why the A380 can't have it? It's coming, so eventually it will. So Kemi, got a question for you as well. So on the navigational display over here, do you also have the issue with the flight plan where, not the flight plan, but where when you go on plan and you click zoom, that you get this airport nav not available navigraph? Do you get that? Because I'm clicking display airport and I'm not getting it. Okay, so it's not us then. So how, I don't get that. So if it says, because it says it on the website that we're supposed to have all these things once you have the data. So I'm trying to figure out why is it not allowing us to have it. So that we can't do break to vacate then. That's crazy. And Roger.
Santa Center Southwest 549, 13,004, 14,000.
Southwest 549, Atlanta Center, Quantity, flight level 390.
390.
So we have 505 miles still to go. And we're just crossing flight level 300. What do you guys think so far? You guys liking the A350 and what it's showcasing? According to someone who said the A350 really shines in Microsoft 2024 because of all the different things that we could do with it. I could show a couple of things. So for example, we do
Center
have
1219 center.
weathering.
I want to give you a ride report through 23.6.
So we can have the aircraft being severely weathered,
Atlanta, good afternoon, Eastern 1854, ISR, Dallas, Fort Worth, ready to copy.
or we can have it really clean. Brand spanking new airplane.
Delta 1219, just to verify, you said through
I like to put it in
23.6, you had
the center
moderate
where
drop,
it
was a
would.
little unreadable.
Negative, I said it's smooth, and it's continuing to be smooth through 24.1.
Perfect, thank you.
No problem.
And aircraft calling for IFR to Fort Worth, say the call sign one more time, please.
Yes, sir, on Charlotte, Eastern 1854.
Eastern 1854 is cleared to Fort Worth Airport. Esther 5 departure, if they transition as filed. Maintain 8,000, expect 16,000, 1 minutes after departure. Departure this frequency, squawk 2030.
Dallas, Fort Worth, Extra 5, IPTE has filed 8,000, confirming 340 is the final. And
So within our options, let's see. So I will go through everything
Confirm 340 is
except,
the
well, I
final.
can
I don't
also
know why
do a
I said
third party. I'm not going to do the third party because there's a code there that I wouldn't necessarily want to put on the stream. Or the aircraft, let's see. So we can have the alignment. I prefer to do it the real world. So if it's aligning, the only thing that I may want to change though is the panel state with being underground rather than cold and dark, because out cruise star, so it comes in flight of the 340. And we can switch the seatbelt signs to off. So I'm trying to determine if I want to do the on-ground power as the default, so I'll have to check that out. But for the aircraft real line, that should be some. I use that most often because if we're coming online for the first time, then I'll definitely have the aircraft as being, you know, taking the time to align in terms of having seven minutes thereabout. So I leave that as the real world. The linked instruments, it makes it easier for us to just click one button for the altimeters and so on. So I leave that.
Southwest 2670, Atlanta Center.
Rudder control tiller, no, because I actually have a different. I actually have another controller that would do the rudder. So for example, if I were to turn the tiller, you can see that, well, it wouldn't turn now, but it would turn this alone and not the rudder pedals. So the rudder pedals will turn independently. So the auto tiller disconnect, I don't have that as yes, because even with the A3, the narrow bodies, I have to remember to disconnect this button. So I will leave that as off. And the display type would be the old, so okay.
Let's check up on second.
There we go.
1377 calling on the ground at Charlotte.
OIS settings, so I have it to not auto display brightness but the day and night charts, but that really doesn't make a difference anyway because it don't have that.
United 1377.
Boot time is going to be real.
Center, cleared to Denver Airport, Bob C4 departure, national transition that has filed.
You just have to wait for it to boot up. I think
departures with me, squawk 3330.
Changing this would be if I have GSX linked to this, and that's the only thing that I can see why I would do that. With equipment, standard nav, that's on taxi camera. I didn't change anything here because it came from the iniBuilds website or the iniBuilds application installer. So I set, the only thing that was not on was the SATCOM, and the aircraft does have a SATCOM there.
Battle 147, Atlanta Center, climb maintain, call level 370.
So that's the only thing that I would have changed, and I left everything else as is. I also left this as is. There are no wing hooks. Chocolates are short for Delta, and fuel jet descent is off. I don't know if there's a fuel jet. I'd have to ask one of my depends if the AT50 for Delta has fuel jettison.
Eastern 1854, 36 center and 36 right are available at the end of preference.
Center works for us.
Eastern 1854, runway 3.
We've already done our total calibration, so we don't need that.
Via
Sound
Bravo,
and cabin.
Juliet, Echo.
We have the audible thrust detect on, so we don't have to
Bravo,
necessarily look
Juliet Echo for Eastern 1854.
while we are flying.
Atlanta Delta 1219 heavy baggage.
Delta 1219.
So that makes it easier for us. Cabin chimes on cockpit, that's off. Because once the doors are closed, the aircraft... Wait a minute, did I close this door? Okay. I did not close the door. So the door can open and close in here. There isn't a cabin, so to speak. It's light in return to them. Can't really do anything here. And you can't see the crew cabin here either. However, you can interface with the I think I did have this. Huh. I think I was able to look at this. I think. Can't remember now. You know, it's clickable. I thought I was able to do something with this. Maybe not. Anyways. And once you go through this curtain, then it's nothing. So this is what it looks like in terms of the light cabin for 2020. Like I share, guys, the airplane really does do better with the 2024 variant, simply because there's so much more that you can do with the aircraft. I believe it has to do with the engine itself as to what can be done on 2020 versus 2024. So this is what the cabin looks like, or the lack thereof a cabin. And you get these views that you could do via the window, and of course you can go outside from there, so you get the full experience of the engine and the wing view as well.
Delta 651, if you'd like, 350 is available now. You're leaving Myers Space to the north. Radar services terminated. Change to advisor frequency approved.
Thanks so much for the ATC. Have a good day. See you. Alright, so we'll go to flight level 3. Let's see. So we can go all the way to flight level 410.
Reporting back at
We can take flight level 350.
Welcome back.
And we will so we'll climb 350. And then we can go now to 22.8.
Angel flight.
So one of the things that I also realized about this, you don't necessarily have to put on. So if you want to change the radios, you don't have to do 1 to 1.800. You don't have to put everything unless, for example, like 3297.5. So if I do 3297 and then try to click out, it's going to tell me not valid. So I have to do 32.9. I have to do 32. Clear that. 975, and then it comes back to that. If I want to do regular 22.8, I just do 22.8.
Atlanta Center, Delta 9971 heavy, 11,500,
and
climbing
I can just transfer. So that's a neat thing, where because the system understands that the 1 is already there, so you don't have to write that with that one. Our Mach is 0.85, so we're already going pretty quickly. So now let's look at the charts for the arrival. Still have a ways to go. The top of descent is not before 6:22. We still have about 20 more minutes or so with the aircraft being in flight. We just enjoy some music as we fly. So just got an email saying that the aircraft has been updated. So once we land in Detroit, we definitely will do the update. One of the things that they are saying that we need to do is we need to clear the WASM folder. So I'm wondering if that is one of the things that's causing the slight lag that we're seeing. Because again, one of the things that you need to have for the A350 is at least an 8GB VRAM, and we have double that. Is it 8%? Nevertheless, we have 16 gigabytes. So I wonder if that's what's causing it. So the first patch is out. They said that some of the systems would have been, they fixed the rat animation, fixed the 2020 standby compass bug. Let's see, before takeoff checklist pack line must be changed. Yeah, because I don't understand why is it that I'm doing packs on takeoff and it's telling me I have to turn the packs off. Fixed direct law activation bug, some performance improvements and to perf handling. So that's done. The sounds, they said they fixed the 2020 excessive loud gear drag. We haven't heard that yet because we haven't done the landing. Improved the T2020 engine levels because the flaps levels as well is pretty loud. Or maybe I need to deal with that from here, volume control. So probably I should be able to do that. Huh, okay. So we'll have to check it out from here and see, maybe that's what we gotta do. Okay, cool. Adjusted the FS20 manipulated volume levels, which is what we're looking at right now. And it tweaked the engine levels overweight. So we'll have this as a reference to see what it sounds like now versus when we apply the changes. We have 314 nautical miles left to go. Top of descent comes at 6:21. So that is in 20 minutes. So we're getting there pretty fast. So we're getting there, guys. Looking at the arrival. So we are coming in via subway. And we're to cross Buchan between 24 and 27,000 at 280. Fire at above 200. And Kraken between 15 and 21. Beer between 12 and 15. Then cross Hot Rod at 20. Ooh. What was that? And then we cross Hot Rod at 12,000. Then at 2.5. Then hold it at 12,010. And based on what we are looking to do, we're coming in via, we initially said via Cabo. So we'll have to descend down to 6,000, then Cabo, so Tigger is at 5,000, Robbie at 5, the Dallas at 4, Nesby at 3, Huckle at 2. So we can descend after crossing Molded. We'll descend to 5,000 or 4,000, and then we make our left base to join the ILS runway 21 left. Runway 21 left upon landing. We will land and probably exit via Whiskey 2 or Tango. Then we can take Tango all the way over to Juliet 8 or Juliet 9, because we're gonna go taxi line U9er and park at gate Alpha 60. we'll take Juliet 9er to Uniform 9 and taxi down to stand 660. If you were to take the other runway, which would be runway 2 to the right, then we'd have to taxi off and come around to Alpha, then Quebec, take Quebec all the way to. So we'll take runway 2 1 for our 2B. Trying to find the best seating configuration here. With these big windows. The iconic nose of the A350. We're gonna get the 1000 variant in here. We're gonna probably do we probably do a delivery flight. Once we get a little bit more acclimated with the aircraft, we'll probably do a delivery flight for for British Airways out of Toulouse to London. Pretty short flight, so that should be fine. We can also do Toulouse to Paris. That too would also be a very short flight. Probably can do a little group flight. So I'll throw it out to the guys over on Discord. If you are here and you are on Discord, feel free to type !Discord or the Discord. The link is right there. You can click on it, join the Discord family, and we can have discussions over there. We could also, if you would please, if you haven't already done so, click the subscribe button. It will help the channel a great deal. And of course, once you hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you would never miss the next time we go live. Once we are going to go live, information is being sent on Discord. So feel free to join the Discord so that you will know when we have plans for live stream. We've been streaming pretty frequently. At one point, I was trying to do just a particular day, but celebrating the 24th anniversary for Delta, we've been doing streams almost daily. Yesterday was a very tiring day and wasn't able to do a stream there. And of course, on Wednesday when the aircraft dropped, we wanted to do a stream as well, but so many things happen in life. And so we try as much as possible to be accommodative and of course be understanding. So thank you so much for those of you who were understanding on the Discord when I shared I couldn't do the live stream of the A350 like I did promise on Wednesday, which was release day. Nevertheless, we're here now with the A350 and we are going through seeing what we can and cannot do in the 2020 version. The 2024 version is a bit more advanced because of the engine environment that it is in. So we're appreciative of what's going on. We're happy with what it is for right now. Once we learn the aircraft a bit more, it will make things a little bit more interesting and we can do a lot more. 255 nautical miles to go. We are set to descend at 21 after the hour, 22 after the hour. So we are almost at the top of descent. We just went through the approach briefing. One thing I did not do was check the weather and also the event of a mixed approach. So we shall do that now. So via Navigraph, again, we have the real world weather, is that they're using 2-1 left and 2-2 right for arrival, so we have that already set. Then we have the weather saying that it is 230 at 17 gusts into 26. So we just have wind gusts all over the place. So I'm recording, which is why I'm pausing. 230 at 17 gusts into 26. Visibility is 10.2 miles. We have scattered clouds at 6,500. We have scattered clouds at 23,000 feet. And the temperature is 13, dew point 02. Altimeter is 2,933. We'll be using the ILS arrival today, runway 21 left. And we already have that set in the system. For the ILS runway 21 left, should we go miss, we will climb 1,100 feet and climb a left turn to 4,000 feet, outbound on the Detroit VOR to gauge, which is 16 DM from 16 nautical miles from the VOR, and hold and continue climbing and hold to 4,000 feet, and we'll make a second attempt to come back and land on runway 21 left. So no threats in the area, so to speak. There are a couple antennas that are around. However, we will remain clear of those or be visually aware of them as we descend on the glide path. One thing I would like to check out on the airplane, since we couldn't do it with the A380, let's see if we can with the offset overfly airways, enable alternate new destination constraints. All right, so I am not seeing I'm trying to do like what we do with the baby buses, where we can put some fixes in. So let's see. How do you enter a fix? Okay, fix info. All right, great. So if I want to put in the identifier, which is India Echo Juliet Romeo. Don't tell me that this isn't available either. Ah. Okay, enter. And that's weird. 216. So 216. Let's see, 216. And a radius of 15 miles. So 15 miles. There's an airport not in database, but that's just weird. All right, so I gotta do it based on another fix. So Zeta. Okay, let's see. Okay. 216. And let's see if it gives a radius of 50. For 5.9, so that 6 would be of this, that's 1. So we could do 17. Let's see if we see that ring on the flight plan. Let's see if we see that on the flight plan. Yes, so that's where we get it. Okay, great. So we had that Zitka, right? So we cool, and then we can also add another one. So data, position. Where did I just put it? I don't remember what I just did. That's crazy. I know it's supposed to be fixed info. Waypoint. Guys, I honestly don't know what I just did a while ago. That's crazy. Alright, go back to the flight plan. Oh, I did the wrong thing. So this, I'm not sure what this button does here, but I can get the checklist from there. Aha. Alright, but I need to remember what I just did. Click on codes. Airways. Okay, insert new waypoint. No. I honestly don't remember what I just did to find it. In this descend and maintain users or most operations freely required. Alright, that's cool. I am at a loss of what I just did a while ago. That's wild. Click on the waypoint. Alright, so we need to now check. For her. Let's do the landing her. Alright, so click FMS, DT, and then let's think that. Config full. Hey George, welcome to the stream, bro. So 2933 and we have config full. Who, you or the A350? Oh, me. Yeah, man, a couple of days. All right, so we're gonna add plus 10. And let's see if you can compute that. So yeah, man, it's been a couple of days. I had too many things going on. So the wind out of there is 230 at 17, 230 at 17. Outside temperature is 13, and the QNH is 2933. Our reference is 832. 832, and I think I just missed my top of descent. Jackson Teddy says, can you access a Charles in 2020 version? I can't. Yeah, it's not. We just discovered it's not giving us that. We don't have that access in 2020. So when you do terminal charts, I think it's on the Lido version. One of my other friends there said that we don't have access to it. We have the en route, which doesn't do much because you don't even see the route that you're flying. So it's kind of unfortunate for us with that, where that is concerned. It really is. The approach is 139 plus 139 plus 10 is 149 because we have those winds. So we now have our descent. See how she handles as she comes down. Yeah, so Jackson is not something that we can have access to right now. It's only for 2020 with the Lido chart. I think what they may need to do, 2024 seems the better version for the plane, but the frames run way worse for me, unfortunately. Yeah, they're still having issues because the airplane, the simulator itself is not ready. So that's still going to be a while, which is one of the reasons why I'm not jumping over there at all. And especially because we have the 757 coming to the 2020 sim before all of that. So I'm happy with having a 359 that we could fly on these long hauls to be representative of those airlines that carry the 359 and the 35Ks. But I'm hearing all of those issues with 2024. So you run both 2020 and 2024, Jackson? Hey George, if you're still on, I'm not certain if I'll do another flight. I still have my other Delta flight to complete. It's gonna be a short one though. O'Hare to Minneapolis. So we are on descent. Okay, cool. I intend to do that as well, Jackson. Just so if I don't have my other external hard drive because I'm gonna do another terabyte or 2 terabyte for the 2024 sim. So eventually I will get the 2024 and move it to that 2024 only for VFR flight. Okay, cool. All right, George. Yeah, so I believe that's what it is, where those smaller planes, and I believe it was the same for 2020. So the teething issues that are happening right now aren't new. It's just unfortunate for the persons who just went full-blown 2024, because now they just have to wait. So they have a 350, but the 350 has issues. And it's not necessarily just the plane itself, but the simulator is just not stable enough. And so you just have to grow with it. You just have to grow with it. I remember when it was just the 737 for 2020, and then we eventually got the 777. Man, that was a long wait. So if you're just joining us, we're just beginning our descent into Detroit. This is the debut flight of the A350 on our channel. It's a beautiful airplane. It looks pretty nice, flowing pretty nice. There is a new update out, so if you are not aware, there is a new update for the airplane, version 1.01. So we have something to compare it to. We're gonna land in Detroit in just about 15 minutes. So we can definitely see the difference or the change in terms of how it handles. There's some sound effects and so on in terms of the lowering the landing gear on, but this is the first time we're flying it, so we wouldn't have any experience on this channel where the engine sounds or the wind sounds or whatnot. So we'll experience all of that now on this stream, and then the next time we do any crashes with the 350 2020, not for me, Jackson, it's the first time we're flying it, so it's not, I haven't seen any crashes yet, and we're praying that there aren't any. But I have heard of some other people saying that there's some freezes, so we'll see if the update would have fixed that. I'm looking at the en route chart right here, and I'm not seeing anything right. I see it moving, but I'm not sure why I'm not even getting that. So I guess, but in terms of crashes, not for me. All right, we'll descend now to 12,000, so we'll arm 12,000, and the aircraft is gonna gradually descend to cross these restrictions. So fire at flight level, above flight level 200, then between 15 and 21 at Kraken, and then lower. Is this weather on the radar we see? Is that what that is? Okay. I read the update forums that said they tried to fix most of the WASM crashes. Okay. I think it would be nice to have the folder cleared, because I'm going to assume that since PMDG also uses WASM for their things, that clearing it would give it, or give us a fresh start. And I also saw something about clearing the scenery indices, so I need to do that as well, so that we have, I had a problem with LA. That's why I have not been back to LA yet, because the last time I was in LA, I had elevation issues and it was just annoying trying to take off there. Then the other day, landing in LaGuardia, I blew 2 tires. I don't understand how. Landed with a minus 150 something and just blew out the tires. So I'm hoping that when I do the clearing of the WASM folder, that and the scenery indices, that would also help. The CTAF scenery for Detroit. Boy, I'm telling you, I have no idea. 135 nothing. The plane just landed and it careened off the runway. It's like, what in the world is going on? Next thing, when we get to, and the thing is, we careened off the runway, pass through. I don't think we touched any of the buildings, it was great. But then when we finally stopped, it was literally on the the alley line to taxi out. I'm just like, wow, how did that work? Then trying to taxi, we couldn't taxi very fast because we got blown tires. It's simism. Simism. Seatbelt sounds coming on. If I could get these arrows to show correctly. There we go. I'm thinking that these lights are too bright as well. That could just be me. They're too bright. It's not even evening time, and the light splash is a little bit too bright. That should be seen at night. I like that reflection of the window. That's nice. I should have changed this, so this is supposed to be 2933. Then set this back to standard set. So we're allowing the aircraft to slow down itself down to 280, and then we will continue to 250 to cross hot rod at 12,000, 250, then Model at 120, 210. Then we do further descent to 6,000 down to 4,000, then make the left base to join the localizer runway 21 left. I am still trying to remind myself as to how it is that I got that line in. I don't know how. I can't remember what I did. Trying to put in the fixed, and I don't remember where I went. Waypoint is not in there. Alright, standard local is set to 29903, and that is cross check. Then let's do our checklist, approach checklist. Briefing is completed, ECAM status is normal, seatbelt signs are on, minimum set both to 832, and bar reference is set on both. Checklist is complete. See position, report, navigate, RSGNS time. On the first waypoint, let's see what's there. Insert next waypoint. No, that's not it. is online. So 126. So let's see what Detroit ATIS is. Detroit ATIS X-ray. And 240 at 17 goes 26, 13, 21 left. Alright. So he is 126.25, 26.225. Okay, we gotta clear that whole thing. 26.225. And let's call up the approach. Detroit approach, present, good evening. Delta 651 heavy with you, descending through 14,900 for 12,000 over bear.
Delta 651 heavy, Detroit approach, radar contact position and LCS reported. Descend and maintain 8,000, expect vectors ILS-21 launch approach.
8,000 expect vectors 21 left approach 651. I've been using 2496 for the past open descent. Been using 2496 for the past couple of days, so I'm stuck on 2496. Can't even remember my call signs anymore. All right, so we don't have any break to vacate because we can't seem to add this. Let's check to see if anything changes. Zoom still saying not available. I'm trying to figure out why is that so. Landing. I don't get it. Okay, let's go down. All right. And now. I could probably put in something there, but I don't want to do all that.
Delta 888 heavy, radar contact, altitude.
So
Delta
display
888 heavy, climb and maintain 17,000.
Okay, I gotta research that to figure out why is it that I can't get. Let me take a snapshot of it where it's
Metron
saying
information X-ray, current Detroit Metro, the wind 23017, gusting 26, altimeter 29er, tree.
I'll have to send a message in the forum to see what's going on where that is concerned. That's annoying. 651 has X-ray. All right, descend to 250. Let us do a speed intervention and go 240 as we are descending, and let's see what this sounds like in terms of the speed brakes. Okay, not really hearing anything different. Cool. Okay. So we're gonna come into a rough airport, meaning the iniBuilds Detroit airport with the iniBuilds 350. So let's see how much of a hit we're gonna get with this. Love it when we have
651 heavy, descend and maintain 6,000.
6,651. Love it when they come online because we then get to get these shortened approaches.
Remember 9 or 5 Foxtrot, turn 5 degrees right.
And so
5 degrees
I'm
right.
going to
9 5
reduce
Foxtrot.
my speed to 210, which would have been what we had to be at this waypoint.
Detroit approach, good day, speed wings to 290, level 2.
Landing light and the wing lights can come on.
approach your radar contact 70, where you are, LCK code 230. Expect vectors for the visual approach from right to left.
So you see that light splash, guys? I don't think it needs to be that bright. Alright, so we will activate this shortly. And
number 905 Foxtrot 3, heading.
Yeah, we're showing right now, heading 285.
Number 95 Foxtrot, fly heading 300.
300, 95 Foxtrot.
okay. Why can't I change anything here? Do I have this WASM freeze now? Okay. Okay, so what's happening when I go to Earth? Okay.
Delta 888 Heavy, you're cleared to 17,000, so you can continue to climb.
Yeah, I have. Sorry, this is the train.
Delta 1467 calling. Delta 651 Heavy, descend to maintain 4,000.
4,651.
Delta 5069 Detroit approach, clear to the Atlanta airport via the Calvin 3 departure. Stage transition and F-out. Climb via the SID. Expect flight level 400 as your final. Departure on this frequency, squawk 07, port tree.
Alright, clear Calvin 3 stage transition. Expect 400 as the final. Squawk 07.
We have a couple other people coming into Detroit.
Delta 888 is at radar contact lost. Growing 290, you can delete.
Once we get the approach, once we get our left base, then we will activate the approach. And then let's run the checklist on the right hand side. Got that strong crosswind, which is why we are on an angle.
Delta 651 Heavy, turn left heading 300, descend to maintain 3,000.
300 down to 3,651. Alright, reduce speed now to 200, and then we're gonna get some flaps out.
Short departure Delta 389, equipment at cargo clearance, Shanghai with X-ray.
Shanghai.
Delta 389, Detroit approach clearly. Shanghai Airport via the Mega 3 departure, Hubby transition.
Arm the landing system.
Climb via the SID. Departure on this frequency, squawk 6325.
And let's get one notch of flap out.
Sorry, can I get the squawk one more time?
6325. Delta 389, reach back right. Pushes at your discretion, ramps uncontrolled, call for taxi.
Detroit departure, Delta 1644 Heavy, request by
Denver with X-ray. Delta 651 heavy, turn left heading 240 and accept the runway 21 left localizer on the roll off the Detroit Metro Airport at your 1 o'clock, correction, at your 11 o'clock and 14 miles.
Left 240, John the localizer will call the field, 651. Alright, we have the field in sight, reduce 180. And let's go direct, arguably the best aircraft.
1644 Detroit approach.
Is it really? Is it really?
Departure on the street.
Speed 180. Let's go direct to Nesby.
Read that correct. Delta 888, your lead my airspace, radar services terminated, frequency change approved, happy day. Delta 651, Metro Airport now, it's your 12 o'clock and 10 miles, you have in sight?
Yes, we had the field in sight to 651.
Delta 651, heading clear visual approach, runway 21 left.
Clear visual 21 left, 651.
Delta 651, heavy traffic at your 11 o'clock and 7.5 miles westbound at 4,000 of Piper.
We have the traffic on TCAS 651. And let's arm the approach. And we will go now to our final approach. Gear down.
Fly heading 270, descend and maintain 8,000.
Alright guys, the first landing of the A350. Clear land 651. Ah, so those are the sounds that they were talking about. That's ridiculously loud. Yeah, that would be definitely annoying. Flaps full. The speed brakes, and let's run the landing checklist. Cabin crews advised, auto speed is off. That's crazy. Auto brake is the auto brake is not set. We'll figure that out. Running condition is selected and the checklist is complete. Alright, let's go guys. First landing. Yeah, that sound is real annoying.
And approach is back there.
500 feet. My airplane.
Delta 997 among others to
500.
Okay. My airplane. Ooh. She feels heavy with this now.
95 Foxtrot, send me 3,000. 3,000 in 95 Foxtrot.
Correct.
Detroit approach, Delta 98 here.
Under the above.
Phoenix with information X-ray. Could I please have a PDC?
Stand by for PDC.
200. Flight slow. Minimum.
Continue.
Flight slow. 100.
slow. Glide slow.
50.
And approach will be closing at
40. 30. 20. 10.
And we're down. Speed brakes up. 2 in reverse.
Delta 9981, heavy, runway 22 left, taxi via Bravo, Yankee, cross runway 9 left.
80 knots. And manual braking. So we floated a bit. So we're gonna have to now go past this runway and then attack via Whiskey. Hoping to exit via Tango, but that didn't happen because we didn't have any brake. Alright, park pedal disconnect is on. So like I was saying, guys, I can twist that. I won't get much, but I can now have turning radius for
5 Foxtrot, turn left 260 on the route, the Ann Arbor Airport at your 12 o'clock and 10 miles. Left 260 and we're looking to 895 Foxtrot.
Let me see what that landing was.
651 heavy, welcome to Detroit, taxi parking via Whiskey Tango Juliet 9. Cross runway 27 miles.
Whiskey Tango Juliet 9 across runway 27 left. 651, thank you.
Detroit approach, good day, American 1595, requesting IFR to Phoenix West South.
Expect PC.
First landing was minus 196, guys. Not bad at all. For the very first time. I don't like how the and I didn't record the landing, so sorry. That would have been nice to see in terms of the replay. We're crossing runway 27 left.
Turn 10 degrees to the right.
Then we turn left onto
to the right,
Tango.
Then
via Juliet.
Detroit Delta 9971, descending
Cab Fly is not a bad airplane, it really isn't. I just don't. There's some things that I think they could have done with the 2020 version.
Actually on board.
I think they cheated us in a sense. Cheated us in the sense that we could have gotten a bit more with the 2020 version. I feel that we could have. For example, the chart system, they could have done better with that.
Delta 9971.
David Wings 290, sending 5. Wings 290, my apologies.
Got a golden hour shot.
Localizers, sending 4,000. Anything, yes, please do. David Wings 290. Number 95 Foxtrot field now at your 12 o'clock and 8 miles.
First landing was nice.
Airport visual, runway 24, 95 Foxtrot.
So it seems like we lost the OIS en route chart because we can't even see anything on there now. So let's get GSX available. We're going to Alpha 60.
124016, gusting 25, runway 24, clear to land. 24, clear to land, 95 Foxtrot.
Delta. Coming up to Juliet 8, then Juliet 9 is the next taxiway over here. So I'm looking, so here's where we are. We're sitting up here I'm thinking this might be a better. This might be a better
Delta
view.
9971, descend and maintain 8,000.
Okay, over to 8,000, Delta 9971.
Thinking I like
Runway
this.
290, descend and maintain 3,000, turn left heading 190, intercept runway 22 right localized.
Left heading 190, descend 3,000.
Look at deltas.
Localized on the 22 right.
So it's up here versus here. I think I like this one better.
Detroit approach, low spirit wings.
What do you guys think? Second one or the first one?
30 overhead cleric on the handle 3 level, descending to 210.
Detroit approach, rear contact position out there for expect vectors for the visual 22 right information X-rays current.
Let me see if anybody is at.
Roger, expect visual for 22 right information X-rays, spirit wings 830.
Wings 290, the Metro Port exit over 12 o'clock, 900 miles.
Somebody's at 60, so I'm going to have to go somewhere else. Let's see what other gate is available.
Wings 290, you got the airport in sight.
But this is a beautiful picture.
Wings 290, clear visual approach,
All these Delta airplanes on the ramp. This is nice.
Delta 9981 heavy, 2017 gusty 26. RNAV to 4.
So I gotta switch gates now. Gate that's available is 64. Change that facility, gate 64.
Delta 9981, use caution, similar sounding call sign, Delta 9971.
Gate 64.
Delta 9971, use caution, similar sounding call sign, Delta 9981.
Roger.
Wings 290, the wind 23017, gusty 26, runway 22 right, clear to land.
Runway 22 right, clear to land, between 290.
Detroit approach, good evening. It's Delta 849 heavy with you with PDC. We're ready for push and start.
Delta 849, the ramp's uncontrolled, call ready for taxi.
Roger, we'll call back in a second for Delta 849.
So we're putting up behind.
9987 ready for taxi.
Delta 9987, runway 22 left taxi of Bravo, Yankee Cross, runway
So we're
911.
waiting on him to move so we can continue the taxi.
Delta 9987, squawk mode, Charlie.
Delta 9987.
Detroit approach, hello, Delta 1476, sending Rock City 2 with X-ray.
Delta 1476, Detroit approach, thanks X-ray, expect vectors visual 22 right.
Vectors visual 22 right, Delta 1476, thanks.
Look at all these people. A350s out the wazoo.
Delta 5069 heavy, runway 22 left, line point. Delta 9971, descend and maintain 6,000.
Okay, 6,000, Delta 9971.
Delta 9981, radar contact, failed to passing. Delta 9981, heavy, climb, maintain 17,000.
This was supposed to be our gate, but that gate is active. So we just take the very next one.
Detroit, 295 Foxtrot, clear of 24 on Alpha 2, requesting taxi to the SBO.
495 Foxtrot taxi, parking via Alpha Bravo.
Alpha Bravo to parking, thanks.
I think I may have overshot that just a little bit.
RNAV to boost, runway 22 left, clear for takeoff. DAL651, heavy caution, light turbulence, straight from right. Wings 290, welcome to Detroit, taxi park via Alpha Victor, hold short, runway 22 left.
Alpha Victor, parking, hold short, runway 22 left, speed wings 290.
Better approach, Delta 98.
The ramp is on control, pushes at your discretion.
Better approach, southwest 1122 with you.
Parking brakes is set. APU is
Southwest 1122
on.
Detroit approach, radar contact, expect vectors for the visual 22 right information, x-rays current advise they have that.
Expect a visual for runway 22 right, and we will have x-ray on board. Southwest 1122.
Delta 1476 heavy, turn fly heading 120 to descend and maintain 8,000 vectors for the visual 22 right.
Heading 120 down to 8,000, Delta 14.
Delta 9971 heavy, descend and maintain 4,000.
4,000 Delta 9971.
They're going
Delta 9987 runway 2 left line away.
I thought I fixed this issue.
Delta 5069 contact.
That's crazy.
2.02. Delta 9987 heavy contact. Detroit departure 132.02.
That's crazy.
Wing 290 contact. Detroit departure 132.02.
Well, guys, there we have it. We have the first flight here
All
on the
aircraft on the
stream
ground at
here.
Detroit Metro or satellite airports can monitor departure 132.02.
We have the first flight here on the stream. Unfortunately, the gate is not connected like it should. Nevertheless, we are Justin, this is the iniBuilds Detroit airport. I wanted to take a picture here, but unfortunately that just does not. Maybe I could do it like this. Rate the plane 1 to 10. The plane is at a 7. And I'll tell you why it's at a 7. There are a couple of sounds that are off that should be fixed because there's a fix that's out. There's a patch that's up. When we look at the chart, we can't do terminal charts here, so I can't do anything in the sim other than the en route, and right now the en route is not where it's supposed to be. So it's not, it can't be a 10 for me. It can't even be an 8 because I can't do charts from here. I'm hoping that they fix that for the 2020 users because this is really for the Lido, and I understand that it's in 2024 that they're able to do that. There are a couple of things that might be out, so I'm hoping that in the next fix that they will check into those based on what I would have read so far. So we shall see what is gonna happen in terms of the fix that comes up. At least this is something that we can this flight gives us something to gauge it by, so we can always look back to say, okay, this is what the sound it sounded like. Did they fix these sounds? Did they fix that particular issue? So we'll be able to do that because the fix only just came out just a couple of minutes ago while we're on approach. So we're hoping that that could definitely be fixed within the next go around. All right, guys, so we are landed here. I like the golden hour setting. It looks really nice on the airplane. This is just a beautiful shot. I was wanting to do this shot here, but then because the door is not connected, I don't want to get the door involved in it. In its current state, is it worth $80 or should this package send for both ways? It's not. Wow. In its current state, it is worth it because what happens? It's worth it for us because we are still on 2020. So we're paying one price. So the persons who are on 2024, I think they're the ones that may not want to have paid that much for the airplane. But since we're paying, well, I suppose they can also benefit if they go back to 2020. But if they're solely 2024 and paying $80 for it, it may be justifiable as well because there's so much more that you can do with 2024 that we can't do with 20 just because of the engine environment that is there. So I would say yes to both. If you can see where I'm coming from, Justin. Everybody's pushing back. W waiting now for. That's a nice picture. I like this. Everybody's pushing back. Yeah. That's fair. It's now the Atlantic departure back. Yeah, but all these guys are actually going to Detroit. Not Detroit. They're going to Denver. There's probably a group flight going on while they're all pushing like that. Because they're all, well, some are heading to Phoenix. Then a couple are heading to Denver. So probably some group flights going on. Actually, I think there might be an event. Yeah, there's an event today. A couple of these flights all over the world. So, yeah. So, guys, once again, thank you so much for joining this debut flight of the A350 over to Detroit from Atlanta. I would have taken the A350 from Detroit to a couple of places. And so we may do some of those flights very soon. Once we get a better hang of the airplane, we'll do a couple of those flights going back and forth. These short hops. The next flight is from Detroit to Minneapolis or Detroit to Boston or something like that. Just so that we can get more familiar with the aircraft. Then we'll take it on some long haul flights. And again, we'll do the A35K as well, the 350-1000. Probably do a delivery flight from Toulouse to London to see how the aircraft handles and how the system handles aircraft, especially with those long, with those large airports. So this lineup out here just looks really good. I can't get over how the lineup looks right now. It looks really nice with the wing and that's just gorgeous. So until the very next time, guys, thank you so much for joining this debut flight of the A350 for iniBuilds. It was a nice flight nonetheless. From the different things that we have, the negatives that, or the criticisms that I have for the airplanes are not is not that bad in terms of the airplane. It is a solid plane. I do like it. It's great to have an A350 in the sim right now, and so I am grateful that we have that. So there's something special that we can do now on the flight sim. We can do the A350, we had the A339, we had the 777-200s are also coming shortly, waiting for the 757 to also come. And once that happens, we definitely have a wide range of airplanes to do on the stream. How did you get delivery? Giles is on the iniBuilds application. So there are a plethora of them on there. So just do that, and it's just an easy click, 2 clicks, and it will install. So until next time, guys, of course, please take care of yourself. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Once you subscribe, it will definitely help the channel to go a long way, especially with the YouTube algorithm, so that we can be exposed to the different people that would want to watch it. So thank you so much for assisting me. That I really appreciate the support. And once you click the subscribe button, please as well click the notification button so that you don't miss the next time that we go live. You're welcome, Jax. And of course, you can also join the Discord. Discord is also in the description as well, so you can be a part of the Discord family. And also be in the know whenever we go live, we do send messages there so you are aware of the next live stream. Until next time, guys, you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. See ya.